Hello, everyone. This is Archive of 12, and today we have this is the official song for Don't Fret. Now, yesterday I reacted to the trailer to this game. What this game is from what I understand, because I'm not 100% versed on exactly what the game is, but it's a horror game, and I think it's supposed to be like a musical horror game. I don't know anything really much more about it than that. The trailer featured a character that was voiced by the Stipendium, and yeah, and we saw something that reminded me vaguely of it. It reminded me of Siren Head and Bendy and the Ink Machine, except it was a humanoid monster that had um, a cassette tape for a head, which I know that there are probably a lot of people out there who don't know what a cassette tape is, and for that, that brings me psychic damage. But anyway, yeah, so that's really all I know about the game. But I'm hoping that this official song brings a little bit more clarification. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, and if you want to watch the previous video about this, which I released yesterday, click on the iCard in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and I will also put it on the end card at the end of this reaction, so you can easily go check that out, see my impressions, as well as see what this game might be about. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to the song, because I'm very curious to see if this song and its accompanying video clear anything up about this.
I'm going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now?
Interesting way of starting that. I don't know whether or not it was a mistake to say going circles instead of going in circles. That stuck out to me. But yeah, no, that's a interesting way of starting a song.
Footsteps, they left, walked away like bye-bye. My hands, my face, my eyes don't recognize I know why. These walls, these halls turn into a fluid black-red. My mom, she said, sweet boy, you're it, don't fret. Is it too late for me to be safe? Don't fret, get what you get. You can't run away when you're always in your head. I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now?
Okay. So obviously that was not necessarily a mistake. That was intentional, the way they decided to word that. Very interesting way of deciding to word it. But yeah, okay. One thing that I'm finding very interesting is that this feels a lot more calm than I was expecting. Like, for some reason, I was expecting the song to have a little bit more of a horror element to it, but it lacks the horror element because of the fact that it's got like the acoustic guitar, and for whatever reason, the acoustic guitar in this context doesn't scream horror to me. But we are only a minute and 27 seconds of the song. There could be a sudden tone shift. We might get something that's a little bit more darker and disturbed that indicates a little bit more of what I'm assuming Fret is the main character. Um, I imagine that there's probably something about what Fret is going to encounter that might pop up here in a little bit. Um, Also, I'd never really noticed it until just now, but the title is "Don't Fret." As in, like, they're 2 s they're 2 sentences. Like, it's like screaming "Don't," and then screaming then and then saying the name of the character, as if you're trying to stop them from doing it instead of saying, "Don't fret," which means, don't worry about it. This sounds more like, "Don't do whatever you're doing, fret." I never I never picked up on that until just now, about how they decided to write that in the title. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with, like, the storyline of this. I imagine it probably does, and we just don't know the context of it yet. But, yeah, I found that to be, a unique and interesting, piece that for some reason I never caught before.
I can see the light, even with no strings, playing chords in my mind. I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? Yeah. Play
Oh,
the tapes 'cause I need, and escape for some peace. Is it real or a dream or a bad memory? I'm backing out into what?
here we go. I knew there was gonna be some kind of, like, tone change, tone shift in this. I'm gonna rewind to the point where we get to that point, because that was an interesting way of shifting from like crying out for help into like, oh my god, this is what I'm running from.
Now, even in the blackness, I can see the light. Even with no strings, playing chords in my mind. I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? Yeah. Play the tapes 'cause I need, and escape for some peace. Is it real or a dream or a bad memory? I'm backing out into what? Too late for me to be safe, be safe. Don't forget what you get. You can't run away when you're always in your head. I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles.
The change of the tone in some of the instrumentals since that shift into like talking about nightmares is, I have to say that this video and this song is doing a very good job of hiding anything more of what this game is about. I was really hoping we'd get a little bit more context clues, a few more like sneak peeks, a few clarifications that the trailer didn't give us, but it's doing a real good job of keeping us in the dark still. They're to make a song and a music video about something that hasn't been released and only just got a trailer, um, and to still keep the mystery and suspense as much as they are right now, to be able to do that in the way that they're doing it and doing it effectively is impressive, to be honest, because they're not letting anything slip. I still don't know anything more about this game than I knew when I finished the trailer yesterday. Aside from the fact that it's about music and it's a horror game. Don't have any more context in that. So kudos to Rockit for making sure that their game is unspoiled by their song. That's just wow.
Now I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? I'm going circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now? Even in the blackness, I can see circles in my head, going circles in my head. Can anybody hear me now?
I am still very much confused as to what's going on, but I think that's good. With nothing really like predominantly like showing itself through the video or the song, it means that they're still able to like keep a very effective air of mystery about this. So, yeah, I'm curious. I'm very interested and I'm looking forward to seeing what all happens with this game because they kept everything unspoiled and I have to give them kudos for that because that was brilliant. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Mark Alpha 12 and I will see you in the next video.